Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Cary, North Carolina in the Division II College World Series. I'm Rickson Lane. Tonight, Lander and the Millersville Marauders doing battle as Zach Daly leads things off, and his first swing is off the wall in right field. Daly going to make his way to second. He'll go in with a stand-up double, and the Bearcats lead it off with a double off the right field wall from Zach Daly. Lander striking early here with the bats, and it's due to a change in the lineup tonight for the Bearcats. Daly leading off. He's followed by Matt White at short. Colby Lesignan's at first. Mangum, the catcher, batting cleanup. Thomas Berry, the DH, batting fifth. Will Jones at second. He's batting sixth. Taylor Kellner, the left fielder, batting seventh. Mason Dodd, the third baseman, batting eighth. Gatlin Minnick, the right fielder, batting ninth. Colton Rogers on the hill tonight for Lander as Matt White steps in. 296 hitter on the year, runner on second, nobody out. And White bunts one down the first base line. It's a good one. Shannon throw on to first, and a runner on third with one out for the Bearcats. A nice bunt there by Matt White to move the runner over. For Millersville, Tyler Orris, the shortstop, leads off. Chaz McCormick, the right fielder, batting second. Mitch Stolzfus, the DH, followed by Dan Stolzfus, the first baseman. Ben Snyder's the catcher. Jeremy Musser, the left fielder. David Summerfield at third base. Dan Neff in center. Ted Williams at second. And Cordell Shannon, the freshman left-hander, on the hill for Millersville as he offers outside to Colby Lesignan. Shannon making his 13th start of the season, 8-1 with a 2.96 ERA, 73 innings pitched. He's allowed 28 runs on 76 hits. That pitch too high, 2-0. 20 walks on the year, 56 strikeouts for Cordell Shannon. Opponents hitting .271 against him this season. 2-0, low and outside. Lesignan's got a 3-0 count. Defensively for the Millersville Marauders, in the outfield, left to right, Musser, Neff, and McCormick around the infield. Summerfield, Orris, Williams, and Stolzfus, as a 4-pitch walk is issued to Colby Lesignan. Runners on the corners and one out for the Bearcats. And John Mangum, the catcher, at the plate. He's batting cleanup this evening for Lander. The Bearcat lineup shuffled all around. Cordell Shannon pitching tonight to Ben Snyder. Our umpires this evening, Mo Moget behind the plate. Ivan Daniels at first, Shane Freeby at second, Terry Helgett at third. So Mangum steps in, hitting .229 on the year. He does have 9 doubles, a triple, 13 homers, and 42 RBIs. As he swings and hits a ground ball to shortstop. They'll throw on to second for one. Turn to second. They apply the tag. Yes, Mangum tried to slide under, but a 6-4-3 double play ends the top of the first for the Lander Bearcats. They threaten, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and then Aiken, South Carolina, Cindy Witt listening in with the earbuds. She's at Midland Valley High School graduation, but she's listening into her Bearcats as they play in Cary. No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Bottom of the first inning here in Cary, North Carolina. Rickson Lane with you. Lander and Millersville knotted up at 0 as the Marauders will make their first appearances at the plate this evening. They'll take on Colton Rogers, the junior left-hander. 11th start of the season for Rogers, 7-2 with a 5.12 ERA. He's thrown 58 innings, allowed 35 runs on 62 hits, walked 15, struck out 58. Opponents are hitting .264 against Colton Rogers. They'll take on Orris, McCormick, Stolzfus, Snyder, Musser, Somerville, Neff, and Williams. As this is Tyler Orris, the senior shortstop. A .370 hitter on the year. He squares to bunt and takes a strike at the plate, 0-1. 13 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 42 RBIs on the year for Orris. Another strike on the outside corner, and Rogers quickly ahead, 0-2. Rogers' first start since the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. He was touched up a little bit by the Columbus State Cougars as that ball is lifted to right center field. Gatlin Minnick is there. He'll call off Daly, backpedal, and make the catch. So Orris retired on a fly ball to right, and that'll bring up Chaz McCormick, the junior right fielder. A .407 hitter, 9 doubles, a team leading 4 triples, 2 home runs, and 50 RBIs on the season for McCormick. These Millersville Marauders 52-5 on the season, the champions of the Mid-Atlantic region. As that fastball misses high, 1-0 from Rogers. The Bearcats won the Southeast Regional in Columbus State. They did not have to face the Cougars, who were the Peach Belt Conference champions. There's a strike at the knees on the outer half, 1-1. Rogers, a transfer from Nova Southeastern, where he played for 2 seasons. Another strike at the knees, filling it up early as the count moves to 1-2. Millersville, a team that hits for average. Team hitting .350 on the season as that ball outside. McCormick thought about offering at it. Instead, the count runs even, 2-2. Beautiful night here at the U.S.A. Baseball National Training Complex in Cary, North Carolina. The 2-2, tipped in the midst, strike 3. McCormick chased it off the plate, and 2 down in the inning, the first strikeout of the evening for Colton Rogers. So 2 down for Mitch Stolzfus, the junior designated hitter. He's hitting .416 on the year, 17 doubles, a team leading 10 home runs. He also has driven in 64 runs this season for the Marauders. You will hear the name Stolzfus a lot tonight for Millersville. They're 3 and 4 hitters. Cousins. That ball's outside, 1-0. Mitch and Dan, a junior and a senior, both opting to play for John Sheehan at Millersville. That pitch is low and away, 2-0 count. John Sheehan, his 9th season with the Marauders, 315 wins, 159 losses, and 1 tie in his coaching career at Millersville. In the first base dugout, Kermit Smith leading the Bearcats as the 2-0 pitch chopped up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Jones. He gets it all the way back and then has to ground the ball over to Lasigna. No chance to get Stolzfus. That's a great job by Jones just to get to that ball. He fielded it practically behind the shortstop position, turned and tried to make the throw, but wound up essentially rolling it over to first base. So 1 on and 2 out for the cleanup hitter, Dan Stolzfus. Senior first baseman, edging his cousin for the batting title so far this year for Millersville. He's hitting .419, leads the Marauders with 24 doubles. He's got 1 triple, 6 homers, and has driven in a team-high 71 RBIs. From the left-handed side of the plate, he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Millersville in the gold uniforms tonight. Black numbers and letters, black trim on the sleeves. White pants, gold stripe, black caps. As there's a ground ball to Jones at second base. He'll field it, shuffle to White at second for out number 3. The Marauders put a man on, but they do not score. We've played 1 here in Cary, North Carolina. Lander and Millersville all knotted up at zeros, and that'll bring a smile to the face of Scott Miller. He's watching back in Bearcat country in Greenwood, South Carolina, 293 miles from the Most beautiful town on earth, Cary, North Carolina. Lander and Millersville knotted at 0 as we go to the second. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Top of the second inning in Cary, North Carolina, the College World Series. Rickson Lane with you. Lander and Millersville doing battle tonight. As up comes the number 5 hitter in the order, Thomas Berry. The DH hitting .317 this year. 12 doubles, 14 homers, and 60 RBIs as he takes a ball from Cordell Shannon. Thought about going after the off-speed pitch inside corner. Instead, takes a strike, 1-1 the count. Millersville in the driver's seat. Undefeated so far here in the College World Series. So there's another off-speed pitch just inside, 2-1. The Marauders 1 win away from punching their ticket to the National Championship, where they would face the Nova Southeastern Sharks, who defeated Cal Poly Pomona earlier as Berry lines one softly to second base and gloved by Williams for out number 1. Berry hit it right into the shift. Williams playing about 6 feet deep on the right field grass. 1 down in the inning for Will Jones. Jones, the second baseman, a .252 hitter. 8 doubles, 4 home runs, and 24 RBIs. As he takes a strike at the knees, he has been Lander's most productive hitter here at the College World Series. He's got 4 of the Bearcats' 14 hits in this tournament, as he swings at the ball low and outside, 0-2. He's also driven in 3 of his 24 runs here at the College World Series. The senior making the most of his trip to Cary. The only thing he'd probably like to have back is the start against Nova Southeastern. As there's a ball outside, Jones took just his 3rd loss of the season on the mound. Did not get a lot of help defensively or offensively as the Bearcats were defeated 12-1. Fastball high, and Jones laid off of it. That's a pitch that the Bearcats have chased for the majority of the tournament. Instead, the count 2-2 now with 1 out. Top of the second inning, no score. As Jones will step back as Shannon was into his windup. A 2-2 count with 1 out in the second inning. The pitch just barely tipped. Snyder couldn't keep the glove around it, so Jones will stay alive here with 1 out in the second inning. The 2-2. Swing and a pop-up right side out of play. That one was elevated up above the net. So the count remains 2-2. Another 2-2 offering. Breaking ball low and inside, and Jones has worked a full count. A good at-bat being put together by Will Jones. Now he wants to make something out of it here on a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, shortstop, backhanded, and off the glove and into left field it goes. Jones will make the turnaround first, no hold there. The backhanded play unsuccessful from Tyler Orris, and Jones is aboard with 1 out. Waiting to see if that is scored a hit or an error. Meanwhile, Taylor Kellner steps to the plate. Kellner, the senior left fielder, hitting .344 with 9 doubles, 3 triples, 7 homers, 49 RBIs. First pitch, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. It is an error on Tyler Orris, so Jones will not be awarded the hit. The sliding backhanded play just off the glove of Orris as Kellner takes a strike outside. Check that, a ball outside, 1-1. Been a rough tournament for Taylor Kellner, who came into the College World Series hitting over .360, has seen his average drop nearly 15 points. Hits have been few and far between for the Bearcats as there's another ball low and away. Good plate discipline here by Kellner. Early on, seeing the Bearcats not chasing balls off the plate. That's been a problem for them throughout this tournament. They're one of 3 teams left in Division II baseball: Nova, Millersville, and the Bearcats. 2-1. Instead, they'll throw back to check on Jones. Jones was leaning off the bag there momentarily, but got back in plenty of time. No stolen bases in no attempts this year for Jones. The 2-1 lifted to straightaway center field. Back on the run is Dan Neff, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Kellner retired, and up comes Mason Dodd. The freshman third baseman, a .315 hitter this year. He's got 9 doubles, 2 homers, and 46 RBIs. Bearcats with a runner aboard for the second time in as many innings, trying to make something happen offensively in the bottom half of the order. First offering from Shannon, breaking ball low and away. Lander 44-15 on the season. The second most wins in school history, the second most games played in school history. Chasing that 2014 team that made it to Cary as Dodd swings at a ball low and inside, fouls it off towards the Bearcat dugout. If you want to be technical, this is the most successful team in Bearcat program history. That 2014 team, although they went 52-9, they were 1-2 in the College World Series. This team currently 2-1 and still in the hunt for a berth in the national championship. The 1-1 to Dodd, swinging a foul ball back to the net. Just a hair under that one was Dodd as the count is 1-2. One-two count to Dodd, runner on first, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. There's a swing and a lazy fly ball to left field. Musser coming over, he'll call it off and make the grab, and the Bearcats strand a runner at first. No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning in Cary, North Carolina. Lander and Millersville knotted up at Goose Eggs, and they're being watched tonight down in the Low Country, Charleston, South Carolina. Zach Breeden tuning in to watch the Bearcats. Scoreless with the #1 team in America. As we go to the bottom of the second, you're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Bottom of the second inning in Cary, North Carolina. Rickson Lane with you. Millersville and Lander scoreless as the Marauders come up to bat for the second time this evening, and this will be Ben Snyder, the catcher, as he takes a ball at the letters, 1-0. Snyder, the lone freshman in the starting 9 for Millersville, aside from starting pitcher Cordell Shannon. A .378 hitter this season is Snyder. He'll ask for time as Rogers took a long look into Mangum. Snyder, 10 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 28 RBIs this season. The 1-0 pitch, lined softly out of play down the right side, 1-1. Another gorgeous night here in Cary. We were threatened with weather all week long, and it has not come to pass here at the ballpark, as there's another fly ball out of play right side, 1-2 now. We're told that Wednesday was going to be the best day we had to get games in, and we've been on schedule ever since that Sunday rainout. It's been smooth sailing here at the College World Series. There's a line drive back up the middle for a leadoff single. The 1-2 pitch sent back from where it came, and Snyder's aboard. So a leadoff single for the catcher Snyder, and up comes the left fielder Jeremy Musser. .369 hitter this season, 17 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers, and 57 runs driven in. In this game tonight, there are 7 different hitters who have 50 or more RBIs. 4 for Millersville, 3 for Lander. As there's a swing and a miss at a fastball low and tight. One on and nobody out, bottom of the second. That ball grounded foul. Well, Signan gloves it, but just to the right of the chalk, 0-2. The Bearcats staved off elimination yesterday afternoon against Southern Indiana. The Screaming Eagles had won this tournament 2 years ago. They handed Lander its first ever loss of the College World Series back in 2014 en route to their national championship. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3 of the knees. Rogers paints the corner, and Musser down on 3 pitches. So 1 down in the inning, and up comes David Summerfield, the junior third baseman, a .354 hitter. He's got 5 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 37 runs batted in this season for the Marauders. Millersville out of Pennsylvania. A program record, 52 wins this season. There's a grounder to Jones. 4-6-3. Bearcat twin killing, and Lander's out of the inning. We've played 2 in Cary. No score between the Bearcats and the Marauders. Lander will come up to take their swings when we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and they're being cheered on in the capital city of South Carolina, Columbia. They got a viewing party going on in Columbia. Tom, Bob, and Marjorie all watching and listening to their Bearcats. We go to the 3rd inning in Cary. When we come back, you're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Gatlin Minnick to lead off the inning for the Lander Bearcats as he swings at the first pitch and pops it up on the infield. Catch made over on the right side for out number one. So a one pitch out for Minnick to begin the top of the third. Rickson Lane with you here at the College World Series. I'll bring up Zach Daly, the center fielder and leadoff hitter tonight. He takes a ball low and outside, 1-0. Daly doubled off the right field wall to begin the game, but was stranded at third. So the Bearcats could not bring him around. Another ball outside, 2-0 count. There's a strike at the knees from Cordell Shannon. 2-1 now. That ball low and away, gets off the glove of Snyder and trickles to the backstop as it's a 3-1 count to Daly now. One out, top of the third, no score. Breaking ball caught the outside of the knees, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Full count offering on the way to Daly. Breaking ball chopped towards the Bearcat dugout as he stays alive. Double, the first hit of the tournament for Daly's that did not leave the yard as he fouls another pitch back. And you hear the cheers coming up from the Bearcat dugout. They know that their senior center fielder has had a rough World Series. He has hit 2 home runs, but has really not done anything else. Had a double and now good at bat. Another 3-2 pitch. Swinging another foul ball down the first base line. The Bearcats really pride themselves on lengthy at bats, working pitch counts, and it's something they haven't had a ton of success with this week. Now Daly trying to set a tone. Another 3-2. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Snyder in foul territory towards Lander's dugout. Long run over, but he makes the catch right in front of the Bearcat steps for the second out. So Daly retired after a lengthy at-bat, and up comes Matt White. He laid down a sacrifice bunt to move Daly over to third back in the first inning. Nobody on and 2 out in the top of the third. First pitch right down the middle. 0-1 count to White, the shortstop. That ball bounces in front of the plate and gets away to the backstop. Colby Lesignan will retrieve it from his on-deck circle. 1-1 count to White. Fastball ran inside, 2-1. White trying to put a Bearcat runner aboard. Takes the ball high, 3-1. Shannon has gone deep into some counts. Some 3-ball pitches have been delivered to the Bearcats as that one's high and away, and another walk. This time White will be aboard. So with 1 on and 2 out, up comes Colby Lesignan. He walked, but then was erased on a 6-4-3 double play to end the first inning. First pitch breaking ball outside, 1-0. Lesignan dirtied up those gray pants for the Bearcats on that slide. Lander wearing the blue uniforms, gold numbers and letters outlined in white, gold and white trim on the sleeves and the neck. Throw back over to first to check on White. White this season, 12 steals and 14 attempts. The 1-0, Lesignan Rips it foul left side. That'll get over a large contingent of fans who have brought the lawn chairs out, sitting atop the hill down the left field line. A great place to take in a game here at the College World Series. A really good crowd here in the nightcap here on Thursday night in Cary. The 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back to the net, 1-2. Bearcats getting pieces of a lot of pitches. Really only one ball that was hit hard. That was the double by Daly. See if they put White in motion here. 2 strikes and 2 outs. There he goes. The 1-2 swung on and lifted to right center field. A long run back. Back to the warning track. Back to the wall. Looking up. Leaping, and it's gone. 2-run homer for Colby Lesignan. And the Bearcats take the lead. Lesignan cranks his 14th of the year. And Landers on top in the 3rd. It's been a rough tournament for Lesignan, but a double yesterday and a homer here in the 3rd inning, and Landers on top. He was in the cage this afternoon with Kermit Smith trying to figure out the swing, and he got under that one and sent it to deep right center field, folks. That alley is 385 feet. As now John Mangum at the plate, he takes a ball outside. So for the 4th time in 4 games here at the College World Series, Lander takes the lead to begin the game, and that'll bring a mound visit out for Cordell Shannon. What a great start for Lander. 2-0 lead. That is the 4th home run of the tournament for the Bearcats. I believe it's only the 6th home run of the College World Series this year. Mound visit over. And a 2-0 count to John Mangum. Rather a 1-0 as he swings and pops one down the first base line. Drifting over, Stolzfus, and he'll make the grab. But Lander with a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Lesignan home run puts the Bearcats on top. They'll try to hold off the Marauders when we come back. And on the road, heading up to Millersville country, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Burgers, Justin and his father, listening in on the car ride. Their Bearcats have a 2-0 lead in the College World Series. Back in a moment. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. 2-0 Lander here at the College World Series. Rickson Lane with you as Dan Neff, the center fielder, leads things off for Millersville in the bottom of the third inning. The Bearcats leading thanks to the 2-run homer from Colby Lesignan, his 14th of the season. Now Neff trying to answer for Millersville as he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off right side. 0-1. Well, Colton Rogers with a little bit of breathing room to work with, but this is a Millersville team that put 11 on the board in their last game here in Cary. There's the 0-1 pitch, just missed outside. 1-1 count. The 1-1 offering, another foul right side. Seen a lot of balls fouled off right from the Marauders today. So a 1-2 count to Neff. That one way off the plate. Wanted him to chase at it. No dice. 2-2. Rogers did not pitch in the Southeast Regional. He was scheduled to be the Game 2 starter had the Bearcats needed him against Aiken. As he hums a fastball with the knees called. Strike 3. Neff watched it go by. And another strikeout for Colton Rogers, his third of the night. One down in the inning, and that brings up Ted Williams, the sophomore second baseman. 273 hitter, 11 doubles and 23 RBIs this season for Williams. Nobody on and one out, bottom of the third as he takes a ball low. A 1-0 pitch, high and tight, 2-0. That one inside as well. Bearcat faithful not happy with the call, but it's a 3-0 count on Williams, the number 9 hitter. He sports the lowest batting average on the Marauder lineup as that ball a strike of the knees. There's a line drive down the left field line, but hooking foul. And Rogers has fought back to make it 3-2. Time taken by Williams. 2-0 lead for Lander. The 3-2, another foul left side. We've seen some good at-bats so far tonight from both of these teams. At a point where your bullpen can really come into play in this tournament. Another 3-2, line drive left field, looping down the line, and a dropping foul once again. Williams, a left-handed hitter. The Bearcats really shading him towards the opposite field. Everybody shifted left. Taylor Kellner hugging the line. He's probably only about 8 or 9 feet off the line. Zach Daly's over in the gap in left center field. Gatlin Minnick has got all sorts of room over in right field. At third base, Mason Dodd deep on the infield dirt, but close to the third base line. Another 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner. Williams thought he had a walk. Mo Mojay says no, sir. 2 down in the inning after the strikeout of Williams. That flips the lineup over, and up comes Tyler Orris, the senior shortstop. Two 2-0 Lander, bottom of the third. Nobody on and 2 out. First pitch misses at the knees, 1-0. Rogers peers over that glove. The left-hander kicks and deals. Fastball low and away. The 2-0 offering. There's a grounder softly down the third base line. Dodd field, throw across the diamond. Lesignan got it for out number 3. 1, 2, 3, go the Marauders. As we've played 3 here in Cary, North Carolina. Landers got the 2-0 lead. To the 4th we go. The Bearcats will swing it when we come back to Cary. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Thomas Berry to lead things off for Lander in the top of the 4th inning in Cary, North Carolina, the College World Series. Rickson Lane with you. The Bearcats with a 2-0 lead as Berry takes a ball outside. A 2-run home run from Colby Lesignan, the difference so far. So there's a fastball high, and Berry out in front 2-0. There's a strike at the knees. A 2-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner of the knees. Bearcat fans thought it was off the plate, but the count is even up at 2-2. The 2-2 offering fouled off left side as Berry stays alive. Thomas Berry has been the cleanup hitter all season for Lander. Now bumped down to the 5th spot in the orders. He swings and lifts one to center field, but not deep enough. Back to make the grab is Dan Neff, a few feet shy of the warning track. And there's out number 1. The Bearcats talked a lot this week about trajectory, about the need to hit line drives. They've done so at times in this tournament, but not often. Now, fortunately, a lot of their fly balls have gotten out. There's a strike on the outside corner to Will Jones. Jones will step out of the batter's box, adjust the cleat. And now climbs back in. Swings and lifts one to left field. Racing over towards the gap is Musser. He'll be called off by Neff, and there's 2 down. So 2 outs with nobody on in the top of the 4th inning. And up comes Taylor Kellner, the left fielder. Kellner 0 for 1 today. First pitch breaking ball too low. 1-0 count to Kellner, the senior. 1-0 pitch, fastball at the belt on the outside corner, count even up 1-1. 1-1 pitch, just missed at the knees. Well, when Shannon misses, he does not miss by much. He's been nibbling all around the zone, but credit the Bearcats. They have not chased pitches the majority of this ball game. There's a fastball outside. The count is 3-1 on Kellner. The 3-1 chopped right in front of the plate. Shannon will field it. He'll toss over to first base. And the Bearcats go down in order in the top of the fourth. To the bottom of the fourth we go in Cary, North Carolina. Lander leading Millersville 2-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Bottom of the fourth inning in Cary, North Carolina. 2-0 our score. Lander leading the Millersville Marauders. The first pitch swing and a fly ball foul right side off the bat of Chaz McCormick. 0-1 count to the Marauder right fielder. He shows bunt, drops one down the third base line. Dodd gonna bare hand, throw over to first, not in time. Bunt single from McCormick, and he is aboard with nobody out. McCormick, one of the fastest Marauders on the roster, and he dropped a beauty down the third base line. Leadoff man aboard for Millersville. That'll bring up Mitch Stolzfus, the designated hitter, 1 for 1 today. Well, be on the lookout for McCormick to go in motion. He's got 33 steals this year. This is a Millersville team that has stolen over 100 bases. First pitch, fouled off right side, 0-1. Stolzfus steps out, looks down to John Sheehan in the third base coaching box. Sheehan, one of the head coaches that likes to be on the field, coaching at third. The Bearcats, Kermit Smith stays in the dugout. Britt Johnson coaching third base. As that ball fouled off, 0-2. Well, McCormick that time, as soon as the pitch was thrown, he stepped back over to first base. Didn't even get a secondary lead. In fact, did the opposite. As Stolzfus swung at one up around the eyes, 0-2. Very short lead from McCormick. Now he extends it. The 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Bottom of the fourth inning, 2-0 Lander on top of Millersville, but the Marauders have the leadoff man aboard with nobody out. is their top base stealer on the team, Chaz McCormick. Now Rogers will look and soft toss over to first. Stolzfus back in that right-handed box. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive right field. That's down for a base knock. McCormick will stay at second, but there's two aboard for the Marauders with nobody out. Stolzfus reached out and slapped it the opposite way. And all of a sudden, the Marauder offense coming to life. Had just 2 hits through the first 3 innings. But now 2 men aboard after back-to-back singles as Mangum out to the mound to talk to Colton Rogers. Will Jones checks in from second base as well. That's nothing new. Jones often comes into these mound conversations between the catcher and the pitcher. As a Friday night starter for the Bearcats, Jones likes to be in there, offer any advice he might have. Meeting breaks up as Rogers prepares to take on Dan Stolzfus, the cleanup hitter for the Marauders. He's 0 for 1 tonight. But he's got runners at first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning and his Marauder team trailing by a pair. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Good spot there from Rogers, 0-1. Just painted it outside with the fastball. Lefty-lefty matchup here. As Rogers turns and looks back to second base. McCormick at second, Stolzfus at first, and the other Stolzfus at the plate. I'm sure Dan would say that Mitch is the other Stolzfus. There's a strike on the inside corner as Rogers went outside with the first pitch, inside with the second. And it's an 0-2 count. Rogers comes set of the belt. A look back to second. Now the 0-2. Low and outside. Good stop by Mangum. So that one was down in the dirt. 1-2 the count now. Matt White creeping in behind Chaz McCormick at second base. Right behind him. And the 1-2. Fouled off left side and out of play. Boy, White could have reached out and tapped McCormick on the back with his glove. He was right up behind him. He's trying to make the Marauder base runner a little uncomfortable. Lesignan not holding Stolzfus on over at first. Now White creeping in again. He's trying to sneak up on McCormick. Now he'll back off the 1-2. Reached out and lifted out of play to the left once again. Well, you talk about some great at-bats tonight. We have seen them. Stolzfus, the cleanup hitter, trying to get his money's worth here. Cheers coming up from both sides of the stands here at Coleman Field. Another 1-2. Fly ball left, that one tailing out of play as well. Up on the hill it goes. A sliding effort made down the hill by several young baseball fans, but I believe the one who came prepared with the glove will wind up with a souvenir. There have been a couple of souvenirs to wind up over on that hill so far tonight. Another 1-2 pitch on the way to Stolzfus. Battling here with Colton Rogers. The offering. Grounded to Lesignan at first base. He's going to have to race over and step on the bag. As good as a sacrifice bunt as runners advance to second and third. Stolzfus with a high chopper to first. Lesignan turned and looked at second base, but there was no way that the double play could be turned. So instead, he stepped on the bag himself. One down in the inning, and Ben Snyder, the freshman catcher, at the plate. Snyder 1 for 1, and now Kermit Smith wants to come out and talk. No action in the Bearcat bullpen, so he'll want to set the defense and go through things with Colton Rogers. A big spot here. Runners at second and third with one out in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Lander. No runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for Millersville. As John Sheehan walks down to have a chat with Ben Snyder. Also wanted to talk briefly with Mo Moget, our home plate umpire. That conversation gives Kermit Smith a little bit more time to chat with his Bearcat infield. But now Moget making his way out to the mound. Well, the Bearcat infield will be back here. Corner infielders, Dodd at third, Lesignan at first. They're medium depth on the dirt. Now they're both starting to creep in a little bit here, but not even with the bag, so it looks like Lander will not try to gun a runner down at home if they get a ground ball. Instead, they'll go to first and concede a run. As Snyder at the plate as the Millersville crowd comes to life, chanting over on the left side of the grandstand. The first pitch, downstairs 1-0. Rogers looks in for the sign. The 1-0 pitch. Reached out and lifted foul right. Count even up at 1-1. Snyder, the right-handed catcher. Short leads at second and third from McCormick and Stolzfus. The 1-1 pitch, called strike 2 on the outside corners. Rogers painted it with an off-speed pitch. So a 1-2 count with 1 out and 2 men in scoring position. Mangum flashes the sign. Here's the 1-2. Low and outside, 2-2 count. Fastball that just got away there from Rogers. And the count even up. The 2-2 delivery. Just missed at the knees. Boy, a good spot there from the redshirt junior. Just a hair too tight. Tried to run it in at the knees, and the count is full. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Grounder to Dodd at third. Knocked down. Runner's going to hold. He'll throw across to Lesignan. Pick made. Runners stay at second and third. What a play from Mason Dodd. A beeline right at him. Bounced in front of him. He gloved it on a short hop. Picked it off the ground. Looked the runner back and fired across. And Lesignan made a great play over at first base with a backhanded scoop. Runners at second and third with 2 outs now. And up comes Jeremy Musser. The left fielder 0 for 1 tonight. 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth. Musser, the left-hander. First offering from Rogers. Swinging a foul ball, 0-1. That one lined into the netting, and it bounces in front of the Millersville dugout. David Summerfield in the on-deck circle. Took a few steps back over to the dugout, whispered a word to the coach. Hoping to get a chance here in this inning as Musser stands in the left-handed batter's box. 0-1 pitch. Called strike two on the inside corner. Rogers took a little bit off that one, and it's an 0-2 count. Rogers steps off the rubber for a moment. He's in a big spot here. 2 on, 2 out. 2-run lead for Lander. Bottom of the fourth and an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Got him on a low and tight fastball. Musser sits down and runners left at second and third. We've played 4 in Cary. Lander leading at 2-0. Let's go to the top of the fifth of the College World Series. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Top of the fifth in Cary, North Carolina, the College World Series. Rickson Lane here with you. Lander leading Millersville 2-0. 8-9-1 due up in the Bearcat order as Mason Dodd, the freshman, to lead things off. Dodd, 0 for 1 today. It's the first offering from Shannon. Swing and a grounder to shortstop. Backhanded by Orris. He'll throw across the diamond. Stretch made by Stolzfus for out number 1. A good play by Orris as he somewhat redeems himself after the error earlier in the evening. Came and picked that one charging in, and a throw across, and a good stretch by Stolzfus. That ball was high and up the first base line. And Stolzfus with the extension to retire Dodd. That brings up Gatlin Minnick, the right fielder. He takes a ball outside 1-0. Minnick 0 for 1 this evening. Now he'll swing at an inside fastball and miss 1-1. Took a big cut there, did Minnick. It's been quite an eventful College World Series for the freshman from Greenwood. Takes a ball low and away, 2-1. He came in as a defensive replacement against Central Missouri in Game 1. He takes a strike at the knees, 2-2. Walked to begin the bottom of the ninth and came around to score on the walk-off single from Will Jones. Then had a 2-run single yesterday against Southern Indiana. As he swings and grounds one left side, Orris backhanded bobbled it. Going to have to throw across, not in time. Minnick beat it out. Boy, the freshman right fielder making his presence felt in Cary as he's aboard with 1 out in the fifth. That'll bring up Zach Daly, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a double. That will be an infield single for Gatlin Minnick. As he stands in with 1 out, and Daly watches a breaking ball low and outside. There's the 1-0 to Daly. Swing and a foul back into the net, 1-1. One count, one on, one out, top of the fifth. There's a ball down at the knees. Not a bad spot there from Shannon, but just a shade too low. 2-1 count. Daly will step out and get the sign. The 2-1. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch, 2-2. Well, he tried to send that one to the border. Instead, the count even up, 2-2. Runner on first, one out. Minnick's got some speed over at first base. So Daly puts one in play. You never know what could happen. Daly pretty fast as well, the center fielder. The 2-2. Minnick on the run. Daly checks his swing and trickles it out in front of home plate. Snyder will throw on to first, and Daly is retired. But Minnick advances on to second. So essentially a sac bunt from Zach Daly. A little check swing on a ball that barely escaped the dirt circle around home plate. Runner on second and 2 outs for Matt White, the number 2 hitter in the order. White so far, a sacrifice bunt, a walk, and a run scored. As that ball low and inside, it got away from Snyder for a moment, but Minnick could not advance. That ball behind him, but directly behind him, and Minnick would have really had to turn on the afterburners to get to third base. Now Kermit Smith out to talk to Mo Mojay. And Mo Mojay is going to bring in the entire umpiring crew here down the first base line. I'm not sure what this one is about. We've already seen a catcher be called for catcher's interference against the Bearcats. It was Michael Hernandez. So the meeting over. Not sure what it was about. 1-0 count to Matt White. So the discussion was whether that pitch hit Matt White. That's why the umpires came together. Kermit Smith trying to make a case for that as that ball's outside, 2-1. Runner on second with 2 outs. Minnick standing at second base after the infield single and the sacrifice, or not a sacrifice rather, the ground out from Zach Daly. The 2-1 to White. Swing and a ground ball. Second baseman charging on. Williams will field. Throw on to first just in time, and White is retired. Minnick stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Lander leading Millersville 2-0 in Cary. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-0. Lander leading Millersville at the College World Series. Rickson Lane with you. Millersville will send up David Summerfield, the third baseman, to lead off the inning, and he swings at the first pitch, line to center field. Daly coming in, but he won't get there in time. A leadoff single for Summerfield. Sent back that one back right up the middle. A line drive base hit puts the leadoff man aboard. 1 on, nobody out for Dan Neff, the center fielder. Neff 0 for 1 with a strikeout. One on and nobody out in the fifth inning in a 2-0 ball game. First pitch from Rogers, bunted at and fouled off, 0-1. Neff, another speed burner. 26 steals this year. 3 different, or Marauders rather, who have 25 or more stolen bases. Orris, McCormick, and Neff. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder to Matt White at shortstop. He lost it. It was hit right to him, and he bobbled it. Off the edge of his glove. That was a tailor-made double play ball. Instead, there's runners at first and second. White, who had a phenomenal day fielding yesterday, and that may be the easiest ground ball he's going to get all tournament. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and up comes Ted Williams, the second baseman. Oh for 1 with a strikeout is Williams. Once again, the Marauders threatening. 2 on and nobody out in the fifth. Rogers looks back to second. Now a bunt laid down, and there's nobody there to get it. Rogers went over left side. Dodd stayed at third, and the ball trickled right behind Rogers' feet. And just like that, the bases are loaded. A great bunt from Williams. It looked like Rogers could have picked it up and flipped it to third base to get the lead runner. Instead, he just ran right over it. Bases loaded, nobody out, and up comes the leadoff hitter, Tyler Orris. So Lander defensively struggling here in the fifth inning. A ground ball booted, and now a bunt that nobody picked up. And Orris at the plate. 0 for 2 today is Tyler Orris. And now time taken as Kermit Smith is going to come out and talk things over. Action down in the Bearcat bullpen on the right field line. Well, the inning started off innocently enough with the line drive single and the ground ball to White that he just sat and waited on. It came right at him, and he tried to turn and throw to Jones at second before he had the ball, and the ball tipped off his glove. That put runners at first and second. Then the bunt from the number 9 hitter, Williams, down the third base line, but Rogers leapt off the mound quickly and just never looked to pick the ball up. It rolled right in front of him. Dodd was covering third base. And that allowed everyone to be safe, and now the base is loaded for the top of the order. Now the Millersville fans not thrilled with how long this mound visit is taking. Mo Mosier was out there, but not in any hurry to break things up. Kermit Smith typically gets his money's worth on these mound visits. So now Orris steps in, the senior from New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. That is Paul McColgan, who's behind home plate. Our apologies. Mo Mosier replaced in this game, feeling ill. So Paul McColgan is calling balls and strikes. So our apologies to Mr. Mosier. That ball's downstairs, 1-0. I say our apologies. We haven't really said anything negative about him. Just insinuated that he was here, and he is not. Paul McColgan, our home plate umpire. Ivan Daniels is at first, Shane Freeby at second, Terry Hilgett at third to round out the crew. Bases loaded for the Marauders, and the 1-0 pitch to Orris is outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Missed downstairs, 3-0. Bases loaded and a 3-0 count to Orris. Rogers got to find a way to put something over the plate here. The 3-0. Downstairs and a 4-pitch walk brings home the first run of the night for Millersville. Well, Rogers really didn't get any of those near the zone. And up comes Chaz McCormick, the right fielder. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2-1 ball game. And Colton Rogers is coming out. Kermit Smith not hesitating. The call has been made to the Bearcat bullpen. We'll tell you about the new arm for Lander when we come back to Cary, North Carolina in the College World Series. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. In a must-win game of the College World Series, the Bearcats will empty the chambers. In comes Brandon White, the closer, with the bases loaded, nobody out, in a one-run game in the bottom of the fifth. Brandon White, the junior out of Chapin, South Carolina, making his 33rd appearance this year. He's 4-2 with a 1.17 ERA, 14 saves, 38 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 10 runs on 28 hits, walked 13, struck out 57. Opponents hitting 194 against White. It's a first pitch swing and a ground ball from McCormick. White in this tournament picked up a win against Central Missouri after blowing the save in the top of the ninth inning. Then picked up the save against Southern Indiana, so he is factored into both of Lander's wins here in Cary. The Bearcats going to their top reliever here in a big spot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. McCormick, ground ball, base hit. That'll get through. One run will score. Kellner comes up firing. The throw on the way to the plate, cut off by Dodd. And 2 runs are home, and Millersville's got the lead 3-2. The single through the left side from McCormick drives home a pair, and Millersville leads it 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and Mitch Stolzfus, the DH, at the plate. Stolzfus 2 for 2. Nobody out here in the 5th inning. The Marauders with their first lead of the night. White with a look back to second. Now the first pitch, strike at the belt, 0-1. Tonight was the first time that Millersville had trailed here at the College World Series. They led wire to wire against Angelo State and Cal Poly Pomona. Now a bunt missed low and away. That ball well off the plate, but Stolzfus went for it anyway, and the count is 0-2. Runners were heading to their respective bases and then retreated. This is the first game that Millersville had trailed in 6 outings. They had not been behind since May the 11th in a 9-7 loss to Westchester in the regular season finale. That was their 5th loss of the season, as White misses inside 1-2. A 1-2 count to Stolzfus. First and second. Nobody out. White trying to minimize the damage. Both those runs will be attributed to Colton Rogers. He's still responsible for the man at second, as Stolzfus swings and misses at one off the plate. White got him to reach out for it, and there's one down in the inning. So Stolzfus, the DH, retired, and that brings up Stolzfus, the first baseman. Dan Stolzfus, the senior. Oh for 2 tonight is Dan Stolzfus, as he's seen his average dip below his cousin Mitch, who's now 2 for 3. His average was up to 422. First and second with one out in the 5th inning. Millersville with a 3-2 lead. First pitch from White, fastball high and away, 1-0. White with a look back to second. Now the 1-0, high and away once again, 2-0. Two-0 count to the cleanup hitter for the Marauders. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball fouled left side, 2-1. The sky's darkening above us as the lights come on here in Cary. Another 2-1 pitch inside, nearly hits Stolzfus on the leg, and the count is 3-1. 3-1 count to the cleanup hitter. Runners on first and second. 1 out in the 5th. Millersville leading 3-2. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled back 3-2. Just under that one was Stolzfus. And the count is full. Now, conversation going on between a home plate and second base umpire. But now White steps on the rubber. Stolzfus finally into that left-handed box, taking his time getting in. Now he's ready to go. 3-2 count. 2 on and 1 out in the 5th. 1-run lead for the Marauders. The pitch. Line drive foul down the first base line. That'll ricochet into right field. Stolzfus turned on that one and ripped it down the line, but well foul. There is a Bearcat down in the bullpen in right field. That's Tripper Ergel, the freshman, not warming up yet, but he is down there. Nobody in the pen for the Marauders. And now time taken by Stolzfus. Boy, he and White not in any hurry here. They are both taking all the time they need to get set and get ready. It's a big pitch coming up. The 3-2. Low and inside. Stolzfus walks. Bases are loaded with 1 out. And up comes Ben Snyder, the catcher. Snyder tonight has been one of the more productive members of the lineup for the Marauders. 7 hits so far this evening for Millersville. Snyder's got 1 of them. He's hitting .380 now on the year. The first 7 hitters in the order, all batting over .350 as White drops a breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1. Then Neff and Ted Williams hitting .278 and .275 respectively. It's a very complete Millersville team. A team batting average over .350, a team ERA of just over 3. They field at a .968 clip. And they steal a ton of bases, although they have not been very active on the base paths tonight. The 0-1, breaking ball strike again outside, that one at the knees. Snyder watched it pass, 0-2. Sign relayed in from Mangum. The 0-2. Just missed outside with a breaking ball. So very close. But a hair off the plate and the count is 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Snyder fans at the breaking ball and a big second out for the Bearcats. White with a long stroll off the mound as Jeremy Musser comes to the plate. Musser 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The lefty will step in against White, the right-hander. Bases loaded, 2 out in the 5th. It's been a long 5th inning for the Bearcats. They've surrendered 3 runs. Trail it 3-2. The first time they've fallen behind all night. Bunt, fouled left side. Tried to get the Bearcats napping, but Musser put that one up in the air and Well fouled down the third base line. Mason Dodd came charging in late, but no opportunity to go after that one in foul territory. 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball up high. Tipped it in the glove of Mangum, did Musser. And the count's 0-2. So White out in front, 0-2 now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th in a 1-run game. The 0-2, down and in, nearly got Musser on the foot. The count moves to 1-2. Musser, the number 6 hitter in the order. Bearcat fans cheering on White, the closer. In relief here in the 5th inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss. White with a big strikeout. The Marauders leave the bases loaded, but they take the lead. We're through 5 in Cary. 3-2 Millersville on top of Lander. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Colby Lesignan to lead off the top of the 6th inning for the Lander Bearcats. They trail Millersville by a score of 3-2 here at the College World Series. Rickson Lane with you. 0-1 pitch low and outside to Lesignan, 1-1 count. A 3-run inning in the 5th for Millersville as they take the lead for the first time this evening. The 1-1. Swing and a grounder to third base. Deep in the hole. Fielded. Throw across the diamond. Stretch from Stolfus. And a nice strong throw from Summerfield. Retires Lesignan 1 down. Lesignan went opposite with that one of the few times this year. He hit a grounder to the left side of the infield. But Summerfield was there. John Mangum at the plate now. The Bearcat catcher. 0 for 2 this evening. So he takes a first pitch strike at the letters on the outside. The Bearcats minimize damage in the 5th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out, and White recorded a pair of outs to keep the deficit at 1 run. The 1-1 to Mangum, down in the dirt, 2-1. 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Millersville, 2 runs on 3 hits, and 1 error for the Bearcats. Lander has not managed more than 5 hits in a game all tournament, as that pitch is high. 3-1 now to Mangum. We can close the book on Colton Rogers. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 5 in 68 pitches. 3-1 to Mangum. Big swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. He was sitting fastball there, and the count is full, 3-2. The 3-2 offering to Mangum. Swing and a flare foul down the right field line. Won't do it again. Cordell Shannon, the freshman left-hander, on the bump for Millersville. He climbs to the rubber to take on Mangum. The 3-2. Too high, and Mangum walks. A good eye there from the senior catcher. That's a tempting pitch. Fastball neck high, and Mangum took it. 1 on and 1 out for Thomas Berry, the designated hitter, batting 5th in the order. He is 0 for 2 tonight. The 3rd walk of the night issued by Cordell Shannon. Here's the first pitch to Berry, swinging a line foul down the right field side, 0-1. And Berry came out aggressive there. Not often you see the redshirt senior swinging at the first pitch, but he was waiting on that one. But was well out in front. Hooked it down the line, 0-1. Breaking ball low and outside. The count even up, 1-1 now. Bearcats took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 3rd inning on a 2-run homer from Colby Lesignan, the 4th of the tournament for Lander. But Millersville responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Now Berry grounded to second base. They'll throw on to second for 1, across to first, 4-6-3 double play, and Millersville ends the threat. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Lander trailing the Marauders 3-2 in Cary. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. 3-2 Millersville leading Lander, bottom of the sixth inning here in Cary, North Carolina. Rickson Lane with you. David Summerfield will lead things off for the Marauders here. Brandon White in for his second inning of relief. Summerfield 1 for 2 with a run score as he reached out for a high breaking ball. 0-1. Summerfield already with one strikeout tonight. As White just misses there, low and outside, 1-1 count. A one-run advantage for the Marauders here in the sixth. That ball weighted back on and fouled left side. Count moves to 1-2 now. The Cats would love to quiet down the Marauder offense after they played at 3 runs in the fifth, albeit with a little bit of help from Lander's defense. So there's another foul left side. Summerfield continues to battle here. The junior third baseman for the Marauders who made a strong throw across the diamond in the last half inning. 1-2 count, nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the sixth. The pitch. Fouled down the right field line and out of play. Good at bat being put together here by Summerfield. He's seen 3 breaking balls outside of the zone and fouled all 3 of them off with 2 strikes. Brandon White, a long stroll around the mound. And the count is still 1-2. 10 hits in this ball game, but only 3 for the Bearcats. 7 so far for Millersville's offense. The 1-2 pitch. Line right to shortstop, and Matt White snares it for out number 1. That ball hit on the nose, but right to White. He never had to move. And there's 1 down in the inning. Summerfield retired. And up comes Dan Neff, the junior center fielder for the Marauders. 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a run scored. First pitch breaking ball catches the outside. Neff was the one who hit the grounder to Matt White back in the 5th inning. It looked like it would be a surefire double play ball, but it was booted by White. That helped lead to the big inning. Breaking ball strike at the letters. And Neff way behind, 0-2 now. The 0-2 pitch, low and away, bounced in the left-handed batter's box. Bearcat defense has had some moments in this tournament. Matt White made a couple of stellar plays yesterday in the win over Southern Indiana. So there's a fly ball to center field. Daly backpedaling a few paces, and he'll make the catch with no problem. 2 down. However, Lander has committed 8 errors in their 4 games here at the College World Series. 4 against Nova Southeastern in their 12-1 loss. 2 down for Ted Williams, the second baseman. For those of you who may be wondering at home, I did ask the Millersville SID before the game. No connection to Ted Williams, the fabled Boston Red Sox hitter. First pitch too high. Fastball that ran upstairs 1-0. Williams tonight 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run score as he takes a fastball in the inside corner, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Fouled left side in the net, 1-2. White trying to get the Bearcats back in the dugout. Lander will hope to find a little bit of offense. A double, a homer, and an infield single. The only hits of the night so far for Lander. The 1-2 pitch. Fisted into center field, but Daly had shifted over, and he's right there to make the grab. 1-2-3 go the Marauders in the bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. Millersville leading Lander 3-2. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Will Jones will lead off the top of the 7th inning for Lander. Here at the College World Series as he takes a ball up high, 1-0. Strike at the knees, 1-1. The 1-1 offering to Jones, inside corner, called strike 1-2. The 1-2 from Shannon, low and outside. Jones tonight 0 for 2. As he swings and tomahawks that pitch up around the eyes, foul down the right field line. You're going to swing at it, better get a piece of it, and Jones did. Count is 2-2. A 2-2 from Shannon. Another pitch up high, and Jones swung at it again. Back-to-back pitches up around the eyes, and Jones has hammered them both well foul down the right side. The 2-2 off the plate, 3-2. Shannon looked like he nearly toppled over there on the mound. A little bit off balance as he came down to land. The 3-2 to Jones. Outside, and he's aboard. Base on balls for Will Jones. And the Bearcats put a runner on at the top of the 7th, and that brings up Taylor Kellner. 0 for 2 tonight. There's action down in the Millersville bullpen. The right-hander Matt Ulrich warming up for the Marauders. Kellner shows bunt, and he fouls it off left side. Charging in was Summerfield. Kellner's got some speed. But Summerfield playing in on the grass, and he was practically to home plate. Stephen Muskovich, the sophomore righty, also up in the pen for Millersville down that left field line. As Kellner steps back in. Squares around and wants to bunt, and he does, right in front of the mound. Shannon will throw on to first in time. Sacrifice bunt laid down by Kellner, and a runner on second with one out. The Bearcats have done a really nice job of bunting here in this College World Series. The problem is they haven't been able to get the runners over. Mason Dodd at the plate. Freshman out of Augusta, Georgia. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Jones dancing at second base. The first pitch to Dodd, swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees. Tried to rope it down the right field line. Jones in scoring position for the Bearcats here in the 7th inning as Shannon steps off the back of the rubber. Two righties warming up for the Marauders in the pen. Tripper Ergel in the Bearcat bullpen. The 0-1 to Dodd, fouls it off left, 0-2. Late on that offering from Shannon. Shannon threw 6 innings in the Southeast Regional against Mercyhurst. Picked up the win, giving up 1 run on 5 hits. 0-2 breaking ball off the plate. Good eye there from Dodd to watch it go 1-2 count. Good lead for Jones at second. The 1-2. Reached out and lifted down the left field line, but heading to the pin, and that one will get out of play. Dodd continuing to battle here against Shannon. He's up over 100 pitches now. Another 1-2 on the way. Swinging a grounder down the first base line, foul. One on, one out, top of the 7th. Lander trailing by a run in a must-win game at the College World Series. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him on the outside. That one was letter high and off the plate, and Dodd chased it. Two down in the inning for Gatlin Minnick, freshman out of Greenwood. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Jones standing at second, representing the tying run. You wonder if the Marauders may bring in a righty to face the right-hander Minnick. So we've got a mound visit here for Cordell Shannon. Into the triple digits on his pitch count. He's been very good for Millersville. 6 2/3 thus far. Has allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks. Just got his first strikeout of the night, and his night is over. The Marauders will go to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for Millersville when we come back to the College World Series. Top of the 7th, Lander down by a run. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. The new pitcher for Millersville is the right-hander, number 35, junior Matt Ulrich. He'll come on to face Gatlin Minnick with 2 outs and a runner on second in the top of the 7th. Ulrich making his 18th appearance this year. He's 2-1 with an 8.64 ERA. Sidewinder misses high and away. Sort of 3/4 arm delivery from Ulrich. He's gone 8 1/3, given up 8 runs on 8 hits, walked 3, struck out 4. Opponents hitting .286 against Matt Ulrich. The pitch low and away. 2-0 count to Minnick. Ulrich Jr. from Bettendorf, Iowa. Two-0 count to Minnick. That pitch down the middle, 2-1. Minnick taking all the way there. Runner on second with 2 outs. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch there as Ulrich put it at the knees. And the count goes to 2-2. Bearcats trailing it 3-2. Just 3 hits tonight for Lander. So the 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. Lander's last hit came from Gatlin Minnick back in the 5th inning. Infield single to shortstop. Here's the 3-2. Too high, and Minnick walks. That pitch up around the letters, and Minnick took it. Another free pass, and now Ulrich will have a mound visit here, and let's see if they lift him. The Marauders going to the bullpen again. Ulrich walks, the only batter he faces. They'll have a new arm for Millersville when we come back to the College World Series. 2 on, 2 out for the Bearcats in the 7th. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. After the walk to Gatlin Minnick, Matt Ulrich relieved by right-handed sophomore Steven Mutzkovich. Muscovich making his 13th appearance, 1-0 with a 3.65 ERA. 12 and a third innings pitched, giving up 5 runs. Check it, 9 runs on 17 hits. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Opponent hitting .327 against Muscovich. And he'll deal with Zach Daly, the leadoff hitter. Daly 1 for 3, and now Muscovich wants Snyder to come out and go over signs. Stepped off the rubber twice before finally getting Snyder out to the mound. Jones at second, Minnick at first. They both reached via walks. And now Daly, who doubled off the right field wall back in the first inning, at the plate. First offering to the center fielder. Breaking ball catches the inside corner of the knees. Second baseman Ted Williams is playing 15 feet into right field. He is way back there. A ginormous gap between Williams and the second base bag. As Daly reached out and took a massive swing at a breaking ball outside. Now they count 0-2 on him. Bearcats down by a run, top of the 7th. 2 on, 2 out, and an 0-2 count. Daly with the bat, waving back and forth over the shoulder. The 0-2, way outside, 1-2. Daly in the leadoff spot for the first time all season. He batted second in the first 59 games, and he barely got a piece of that one inside. 1-2 count. A breaking ball that dropped off the table, and Daly fought it off. Matt White had been the leadoff hitter in every game this year. Now he's on deck, hoping for a chance here. Daly at the plate on a 1-2 count, 2 on and 2 out in the 7th. Lander down by a run to Millersville, the #1 team in the nation. Bearcats must win to keep their season alive. Look back to second. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss down in the dirt. Throw to first from Snyder, and Daly strikes out with 2 aboard. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Millersville up 3-2 on Lander. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. 3-2, Lander trailing Millersville in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rickson Lane here with you. Tyler Orris, the leadoff hitter, will begin the 7th inning for Millersville. The Marauders up by a run. They got out of trouble with a strikeout of Zach Daly with 2 on in the top of the 7th. A new pitcher in for the Bearcats is the freshman reliever, the right-hander out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, Robbie Hoyt. He replaces Brandon White, who went 2 innings for the Bearcats. Threw a strike on the first pitch and then fell off the mound on the second pitch that was low and away. Hoyt's first appearance here at the College World Series. His 24th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.42 ERA, 1 save, 26 innings pitched, 9 runs allowed on 22 hits. There's a fly ball to right center field. Daly will track it down for the first out. 12 walks, 25 strikeouts from Hoyt this year. Opponents are hitting .216 against the freshman right-hander. Orris retired, and that brings up Chaz McCormick. McCormick 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. He had the big 2-run single back in the 5th inning. He swings and misses at that one. The 0-1 offering from Hoyt. Check swing on a fastball, 0-2. The box scorer's got it wrong here. McCormick laid down a bunt in that inning. It was Mitch Stolfus who had the 2 RBI single. Here's the 0-2 from Hoyt. Reached out and lifted foul right side in the net. An 0-2 count on McCormick, the junior right fielder. Millersville up by a run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball high and in, 1-2. Hoyt kicks and deals. 1-2. Line towards the Bearcat bullpen and off the protective padding. So the count remains 1-2. Millersville went away from playing for the national title. So they're undefeated in the tournament as that breaking ball is low and outside. Lander must beat the Marauders tonight and then again tomorrow to play for the championship. Bearcats staring down elimination the rest of their stay in Cary. The 2-2. Swinging a grounder to Matt White. Diving stop made. He'll come to his feet. Throw on to first. Pick made by Lesignan. No, he dropped it. That ball rolls into right field. Gatlin Minnick's there, but no throw. And McCormick's aboard at second base. Boy, White made a great diving stop. Threw on to first, and I'm not sure how that ball got so far away from Lesignan. But it trickled up the right field line, and that put McCormick in scoring position. A tough break again for the Bearcat defense. Runner on second, 1 out, and Mitch Stolzfus at the plate. Matt White will be charged with an error. That's a tough call against the shortstop. Grounder that bounced off the mound. Diving effort made. Came up, snagged it, threw on to first. The ball bounced to the right side of Lesignan. And then trickled up the right field line when Lesignan couldn't make the pick. There's a runner on second with 1 out. Now Andrew Reardon loosening up in the Bearcat bullpen. First pitch too high on the fastball, 1-0 to Stolzfus. Hoyt looks in. Now he comes set at the letters. A look back to second. The 1-0. Swinging a fly ball foul right side out of play. McCormick at second base, deep behind the bag. Now he'll step up. The 1-1 offering from Hoyt. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch right down the middle with a fastball, and Hoyt runs the count even at 2-2. Two count, 1 on and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, Lander down by a run, trying to keep it that way. Breaking ball just missed at the letters. My goodness, what a spot from the freshman. But Paul McColgan says no, and the count is full. McColgan came in the 4th inning, a defensive replacement on our umpiring crew. Mo Moget feeling under the weather and stepped aside for Mr. McColgan. And we certainly hope that Mo Moget feels better soon. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Fastball in the outside corner froze him. And Stolfus down on strikes. 2 down in the inning for Dan Stolfus, the cleanup hitter. The Marauder first baseman. 0 for 2 with a walk this evening. Stolfus, the left-hander, stepping in, squared stance. Runner on second, 2 outs in the 7th. First offering from Hoyt, fastball inside corner, called strike 0-1. Hummed it into the knees on the inner half. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one ran inside. Count even up 1-1 now. The longest stay in school history at the College World Series for Lander. Playing in their 4th game here in Cary. Hoyt with a long look in here. Stolfus waves the bat at the belt. 1-1. Called strike on the inside corner. Fastball makes it 1-2. Stolfus trying to lean into these pitches, it seems. Kind of stuck his gut out that time. They're trying to get that ball to nip the jersey. Instead, the count goes 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, base hit. Runner coming around from third, and he will score. RBI single from Stolfus, and it's 4-2 Millersville. Good piece of 2-strike hitting there from Stolfus, and the lead is extended. And Paul McColgan, like all of our home plate umpires, very, very concerned about how far the teams come out on the field after a run is scored. That's been a point of emphasis during the NCAA tournament. It's gotten to the point where it's a little unnecessary. Play was over. Marauders tried to come out to celebrate, and they were shooed back into the dugout. Understand you want to keep guys not out of the field of play, but that's an emotional hit there for Stolfus and a big run. So a 4-2 game now. Millersville on top by a pair. This is Ben Snyder. He swings at the first pitch and skies it to right field. Gatlin Minnick is there, and he'll make the catch. A run home for the Marauders. It's 4-2. We go to the 8th inning. Lander looking for offense. When we come back to Cary, you're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Top of the 8th inning, Lander trailing Millersville 4-2, and the Bearcats will face a new pitcher for the Marauders. This is the junior right-hander, Reed Anderson. Anderson is making his 14th appearance of the year, but his second out of the bullpen. He's 8-1 with a 4.07 ERA. He's gone 59 2/3, allowed 28 runs on 52 hits. As he strikes, it begins with a fastball strike to Matt White on the inside corner. He's got 24 walks, 52 strikeouts. The team's hitting .232 against Reed Anderson. His first bullpen appearance of the year came against Cal Poly Pomona in Millersville's last game of the tournament. Game they won 11-3. As there's a strike on the outside. White with a check swing. He went 2/3 of an inning against Cal Poly Pomona. Gave up no runs, no hits. So now his second bullpen outing of the year here against Lander. He's got White in an 0-2 hole. As that ball fouled out of play right side. (0-2) count. Here's the pitch to White. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And White down on strikes for the first out of the inning. One down in the inning for Colby Lesignan, the senior out of Eustis, Florida. 1 for 2 with a walk and a 2-run homer. Put the Bearcats on the board back in the 3rd inning. Lander's not managed a run since, as that fastball runs inside off the plate. And Snyder couldn't handle it as it got all the way to the backstop, 1-0. Lander just 3 hits tonight. They have been held hitless since the 5th inning. That was the inning that Millersville took the lead with 3 runs. That ball high, and the count goes to 2-0. 2-0 fastball to the knees, called strike, and the count runs to 2-1. Bearcats need base runners here in the 8th inning. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball off the plate, 3-1. Mangum, the cleanup hitter in the on-deck circle. Daly, Lesignan, and Minnick, the only base hits of the day for Lander. 3 hits, however, the Bearcats have been walked 5 times. Make it 6. Fastball in the dirt, and Lesignan's aboard with 1 out. Up comes John Mangum, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Bearcats down by a pair. First offering from Anderson. Fastball downstairs, 1-0. Anderson, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Millersville Marauders after Cordell Shannon went 6 2/3. There's a fastball right down the middle, 1-1. A man on with 1 out for the Bearcats, down 4-2. As Mangum fouls that one off the hands, and the count moves to 1-2. Lesignan with a short lead over at first base. 1-2 offering to Mangum. Low and away in the dirt, and Mangum watched it. Held the bat back there, wanted to go after it. The count goes to 2-2 as Lesignan jumps on the bag at first base. Cheering on his roommate as Mangum steps out. He's got something in his eye, it appears. Now he tells Paul McColgan he's good to go, gets a pat on the back from the home plate umpire, steps back in. 2-2 count, 1 on, 1 out. 4-2 ball game. Anderson set, the 2-2 pitch. There's a grounder to shortstop. It'll be fielded by Orris. Throw to second for 1, throw to first for 2. 6-4-3 double play. Millersville out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Lander trailing at 4-2. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2, Millersville on top of Lander as a swing and a miss begins the inning from Jeremy Musser. Ball down and inside from Robbie Hoyt, working his second inning of relief. Third Bearcat arm we've seen tonight. Lander's turned to Brandon White and now to Hoyt. There's a tip into the glove and quickly Musser behind 0-2. Musser will step out, grip the bat, and now back in that left-handed box. The 0-2 on the way from Hoyt. Foul back to the netting. Barely got a piece of that one to stay alive. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Millersville. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Lander. The 0-2. Breaking ball fouled off left side as Musser stays alive. Defense straight away here against Musser in the 8th inning. Lander desperately trying to keep the deficit to 2 runs. Give themselves a chance in the 9th. Called strike 3 on the outside corner as Hoyt froze him with a fastball. Another strikeout of the Marauders. And 1 down in the inning. The 10th strikeout of the day by the Lander pitching staff. This Bearcat staff has been incredibly effective here in the College World Series. First pitch breaking ball outside corner called strike against David Summerfield. 34 strikeouts and 4 walks for the Bearcat pitching staff here in Cary. Swing and a miss, fastball outside, 0-2. They just have not gotten a ton of run support. 11 runs in 4 games so far for Lander. The 0-2 swung on and missed as Hoyt dealing here in the 8th. 2 strikeouts for Robbie Hoyt. He's got 3 tonight. And that brings up Dan Neff, the center fielder. The Marauders 1 win away from playing Nova Southeastern for the national championship. Lander, with a win tonight, would force another game with Millersville, and the winner of that game would go to the title. As there's a line drive off the tip of the glove of Dodd just over his head. Looked like Dodd may have jumped a hair too early. But a single for Summerfield with 2 outs in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up, check it, that was Dan Neff who had the base hit, my mistake, and now Ted Williams will come to the plate, but first he'll be stopped by John Sheehan, the head coach for the Marauders. He'll come down from the third base box for a conversation. Runner on first and 2 outs. 10th hit of the day for Millersville. Bearcats have given up double-digit hits in every game here in the World Series. But aside from the 12 runs surrendered against Nova Southeastern, giving up just 9 runs in the other 3 games. Bearcats being out-hit 46-16 here in Cary. Runner on the move. Mangum snaps up to throw. The tag not in time. They got him. Runner came off of the base. Jones applied the tag, and the inning is over. We go to the 9th in Cary. Lander trailing 4-2 and looking for offense. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball. Top of the ninth in Cary, North Carolina. Lander trailing Millersville 4-2. Elimination game here at the College World Series for the Bearcats. They've got 5, 6, 7 due up as you hear the final countdown playing over the PA system here in Cary. It's the final chance for Lander to extend their season. 44-15, 4 games deep at the College World Series. There's only 3 teams left in Division II playing baseball. Bearcats are one of them. It's Thomas Berry, the redshirt senior from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, leads off. First pitch ball up high from Reed Anderson, working his second inning of relief. There's a ball low and outside. Berry's ahead in the count, 2-0 as he grabs some dirt. Thomas Berry, the all-time home run leader, the all-time walks leader at Lander, a staple of this Bearcat program. He has started every game for 3 seasons. There's a strike on the outside corner. Berry not thrilled with it. Neither is Britt Johnson in the third base box. The 2-1 to Berry. Strike at the knees with a fastball, 2-2. Berry the DH in the left-handed box awaiting. There's the 2-2 from Anderson. Swinging a pop-up back and out of play behind home plate. Snyder wanted to go after it, but it escaped the playing surface. So Berry stays alive, 2-2. Middle infield deep. Orris and Williams. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout from Anderson, and Berry's down for out number 1. So 1 down in the inning for Will Jones, who had the walk-off single against Central Missouri and a pair of RBIs yesterday against Southern Indiana. A senior from Cordele, Georgia. Jones, All-American Gold Glove second baseman in junior college, turned into an ace here in Lander as he takes a strike inside. Pitch on the inner half at the letters, 0-1 count. 10 wins on the mound for Jones, now trying to extend the ninth. Swings and singles through the left side. A 1-out single in the ninth inning for Will Jones. He has had one heck of a week in Cary. 3 RBIs and 5 hits for Jones. The Southeast Regional MVP comes up with a big hit. And now Taylor Kellner at the plate. Senior left fielder from Spartanburg, South Carolina, who has locked down that left field spot for the last 2 seasons. He's got a man on first with 1 out. And now time taken by Paul McColgan, our home plate umpire. That's the first hit for the Bearcats since the 5th inning. First pitch high and outside to Kellner. Taylor Kellner 0 for 10 at the College World Series. Looking for his first hit since the Southeast Regional title game when he went 2 for 4 with an RBI against U.S.A. Aiken. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Not a whole lot of off-speed from Anderson. He's just rocking and firing here for Millersville. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Not deep enough, however, as McCormick is back to make the catch, and there's 2 gone. So we'll have a pinch hitter for the Bearcats with 2 outs in the 9th. It's Alex Conaway. He'll come on to replace Mason Dodd, the freshman third baseman. Conaway this season hitting .279, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 25 RBIs. He started the first 2 games here at the College World Series out in right field. He has started 38 games this year. This is his 44th appearance of the season. Sophomore out of Aiken. 1 on and 2 out in the top of the 9th. First pitch breaking ball down low, 1-0. Jones at first base. Lander trailing by a pair here in Cary, North Carolina. The 1-0. Fastball inside, nearly got him on the knee. And it's a 2-0 count to Conaway. Short lead for Jones at first. Can't imagine they're going to send him here. No steals this season for the second baseman. The 2-0 to Conaway. Low and inside, 3-0. Conaway way in front here on Anderson. A 3-0 offering on the way, high and inside. 4-pitch walk to Conaway, and there's 2 aboard. Gatlin Minnick, the freshman right fielder, due up. Kermit Smith holds him back for a word. Now Dan Stolzfus, the first baseman, and Ben Snyder, the catcher, will come out to the mound to talk to Reed Anderson. Minnick, the number 9 hitter. Gatlin Minnick, who is making just his 13th start of the season, his second here in the College World Series. He got the start yesterday against Southern Indiana, his first since mid-April. This is just his 3rd start in 2 months. Jones dancing around at second as that ball's down in the dirt. 1-0 count, 5 consecutive balls issued to Minnick. The Marauder infield all back. Nobody being held here. 1-0 count to Minnick. The 1-0 pitch. Catches the inside corner, 1-1 at the letters. Now Minnick will step out, ask for time. Britt Johnson gives his directions from down the third base line. No longer in that box. Jones at second, Conaway at first. Jones bouncing around like a boxer in the corner. The 1-1 to Minnick. Just missed it, the knees, 2-1. Mighty good spot there from Anderson, but Minnick watched it. 2-1 count now. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled off right side, fastball, and the count's 2-2. Millersville fans come to their feet. 2-2 count to Minnick. Anderson, the right-hander, peers in to get the sign from Snyder. 2-2 count. The pitch. Called, strike 3, inside corner ball game. Anderson with a strikeout, and Millersville will play for the national championship, and Lander's season comes to an end. 44-16, the Bearcats. They dropped 4-2, and they are one of 3 teams that made it to Friday Thursday, at the National Championships here in Cary. That'll do it for us from Cary, North Carolina. For everybody here at Coleman Field, everyone back at Lander and Greenwood, South Carolina, we thank you so much for listening in all season long. A phenomenal season for the Bearcats. They fall just short of their goal in Cary. The deepest run in postseason history for Lander University ends with a loss to the number 1 team in the nation. That'll do it for us tonight at the U.S.A. National Baseball Training Complex. For everybody here in Cary, North Carolina, I'm Rickson Lane signing off. Once again, your final score, Millersville 4, Lander 2. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you next spring.